What is up YouTube and welcome back to another RiftGuides WildRift video. We have a Gwen gameplay. Gwen has been under the radar for a long time, even though the champion is very powerful. One of the most powerful champions in the game when it comes to dealing with any tank in the game. She has insane scaling, insane damage, a pretty decent laning phase if you know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing with Gwen, so don't worry about me. We got this one for us. Okay, so what are the things that are very interesting about Gwen in this game? Okay, first off, we have the first ability that we start with. We want to stack up on minions and then go for lovely traits on enemy champions as they try to go for CS. Even better is the fact that we can consider that whenever we think about doing any trait, that's tough. Okay, Mundo just threw it back. Okay. Something that's pretty bad. Sorry, I just forgot my thought process for a second. Something that we have to consider that is like really bad into Mundo is we don't want to tank these cleavers consistently because they do so much damage. But Mundo in the early game isn't really a champion outside of these cleavers, so if he goes and actually handshakes these traits with us, we go into real big trouble very soon. Or rather, he goes into real big trouble really soon because he doesn't have the stats to deal with this, yeah? He will also most likely go for defensive boots, mercs, but then again, the jungle is going to do a wonderful job of actually just killing him, and you see the laning phase is really troublesome for the Mundo if he actually tries to go for any type of CS, and he could have just chosen to get only local gold and lasted with cleavers. But he chose to go forward, get a little bit of gold, and expose himself to a lot of risk of actually dying, which is very possible, Demolish being procced here. And yeah, so the gameplay loop here was for the Gwen to stack the Q on the tower while trying to prep to demolish, then turn on the Mundo as he thinks he can do something about this, then Gwen uses the first ability into the Ignite to just kill off the Mundo. It's not much he can do, simply due to the choices how he played lane. And again, this is all about choices and understanding what are the consequences of your choices. Okay, we now have an insane base. We are level 5, we can build play to steel caps immediately. We do not have to build anti-healing this early against the Mundo because he doesn't really heal so much. Have to keep that one in mind. He's thinking about it. I think because anti-heal is still 900, he can't really go for it. So what is he going to build? Like, he was just thinking, I guess. Because anti-heal at this stage of the game, because Mundo... Okay, if you don't know, Mundo's ultimate is not only healing. Mundo's ultimate is primarily health gain, and only as you gain more ranks into the ability, it turns into a lot of extra healing. The same also applies to his second ability. It is damage that you heal, but again, if you don't have the HP to actually heal a lot, there's no point of actually building anti-heal this early. You can build a second item, but you should only build the component Oblivion Orb for 900 gold. That is a very important task. Mundo has to ult here as well, otherwise he just dies. Gwen is dealing so much damage to him, you see. And yeah, personally, I lack the experience of playing Gwen to know what my lethal windows are, how much damage I deal, etc. But if you understand this properly, the damage you can do to these people is insane. And in case you don't know... Oh, does he trade 1 for 1 here? No, he just actually kills without dying. Bro's a professional. Look at the Rengar. Going back to lane as we speak. Man, I still don't remember what I wanted to say at the beginning. I really don't. I really do not know. I actually don't. The age is catching up to me. Like, what did I want to say? But yeah, objectively speaking, the game for the Mundo is now over. It's legitimately over. He just gets ran down on cooldown. Like, he cannot breathe anymore. Like, the best he can do is just pick up some CS and hope. Because Gwen is going to hit this 4 times, steal the fruit, proc demolish, and then proc Q on the Mundo. Oh, jungle gap. We can't win, we don't have Riftmaker. Gave over the kill to the Mundo, because the kill on the Mundo doesn't matter. Anti-healing being purchased a little bit early, not that necessary. Oh my god, oh no, action revive. Okay, like, the entire thing changes brutally once Gwen has Riftmaker. Because on the Riftmaker spike, she has so much sustain and damage that even if the Rengar appears in the lane up here, it's most likely still going to be just a win for the Gwen. Because keep in mind, she has Plate and Steel Cap's Conqueror, and then the extra healing from Riftmaker is just going to be too much. Also, don't forget, her second ability also provides armor. So she gets super tanky, and if you're super lucky, you can even make it in a way that you place down your W, and if Rengar is unlucky, he might jump, for example, a minion. If he just puffs there with, like, spamming the button. Because then you turn untargetable for a second, and yeah, it's kind of doomed. That would be so funny. Has to be careful, because he was a little bit AFK, he could not get his Demolish proc, would have been huge to get it here. Old level 2 coming in again, farming the stacks here, dealing good damage to the Mundo. Mundo trying to keep her away from the tower, as you see. Now he failed, which means we get a full stack onto the tower again, a Demolish proc, and a full Q onto the Mundo. And the Mundo will now think he wins, but now we'll pop the ultimate, so we have insane amount of damage, and it's just, you see, it's just an insane bait. Because the Mundo thinks he wins, but he just really doesn't, because the damage is simply too high. Rengar goes after here, doesn't get the kill, and now we have Riftmaker. And if you thought it was, like, difficult before, now it's just sheer impossible. The Mundo is so poor that he has no chance. Like, the Gwen is just going to look at him and just going to tap him. And the Repulsor enchant, if you think about this one, is even funnier, because the Repulsor enchant will trigger Mundo's passive, which will also deal damage to him. Because he would get CC'd, but since his passive provides him with CC immunity for one spell, like one instance, he will take damage. But you see the cleavers that the Mundo is throwing at her. Like, these are the main things that actually Mundo has to play around against champions he cannot lane into, because otherwise he just died. Now he's dead again. Oh, he doesn't have the tower button, or doesn't want to press the tower button, so this was a little bit awkward. But yeah, you see, quickly taken care of. Not much to do for the poor Mundo. He's just getting farmed now. So what enchant? Wait, here we go, Repulsor, I remember. Repulsor. Ooh, double book. Akshan being ulted by the Zillion. He just lives with 1 HP because he gets the reset on his swing, so he's out. Nothing much happening here. Rengar ulting on top of us. We actually win this, by the way. Rengar loses. Yeah. He didn't know. He did not know. And Mundo also dies here if he tries to fight. But Zillion is coming, so he has to be a little bit careful. Oh, and Jonathan too. Ah, Repulsor for the fun of it. And now we die. No! You just greeted for the cannon. 9! Oh, hell no. Oh, what can you do? It is what it is. Sorry, just had to reply to Cutie Patootie Stewart. Kane going in. Playing Blue Kane and actually committing into a Zillion must be one of the most painful things ever, but now we see the big turn. Repulsor being proc. Look at the healing she has from all her abilities. Like the 1,000 cuts passive, and now she's assembling the most broken item for Gwen. Rabadon's Deathcap. Like usually you had like a free item power spike on Gwen. Like you had Riftmaker, you have Nashus, and then you have Rabadon. And then life becomes substantially more difficult for enemy champions because of the raw damage you deal. And there was like one combination that people used to play like back in the day here. It was like Gwen jungle with Yuumi. And it was just like, yeah, you just scale, and if they had Gwen Yuumi, they could always win. And the problem was, if you make one mistake at some point, like they would just run you over because they have so many stats. Like that was one of the genuine issues. Akshan coming around the corner, Zillion with the bombs here. A little bit low HP. Ultimate coming in from the Jhin. Lulu ult connecting too. Bomb of Zillion on your forehead. Rengar being revived. Look at him on the floor. Akshan ulti coming through. Doesn't kill anyone. Rengar's being hunted down by the Gwendolyn. Look at them all running away. The problem is, in many of these gameplays, it's not really much about like specific macro anymore. It's just fist fighting for the fun of it. Because there's not like real logic outside of a few things that you can just like implement to your gameplay, and then just random fighting for the fun of it. Like for example, like this here, like we're walking into this. Like why are we walking into this? What's the point? Like we have Kane up there to just provide us some information, and now Gwen. He actually recalled. That's the craziest thing. And now Gwen is like, look at the Gwen damage, and the Kane actually recalled behind them. But in reality, like the Kane would normally stand behind them, the Gwen clears the wave because it's like literally a double kill or at least 1.5 kills in gold, and the Kane would then confirm or deny if there were a Nasher. Now, if the Gwen wants to go for a play like this, then the Kane would obviously walk in from behind and punish this player to just, assist, or not punish, like assist the Gwen, because the enemy would blow the majority of the cooldowns on the Gwen, and if the Kane is aware of this, he has an angle to approach from and actually kill them, and then they just win. But again, there's like little coherence as to how they want to approach plays. It's more just a lot of solo play and having fun. Here, Gwen goes for the Nash instead of blocking the shots for the jungle, when she could have if she wanted to. Now they'll run them all down. Quickly one shot here. Zillion probably gets away because he's too fast. Vayne running after him as well. Okay. Another quick takedown. Finally, we are in the side lane. Home to the lovely place of top laners. Demolish being procced here, and now the enemy is being ran down again. Zillion will probably... Oh, he couldn't even ult thanks to apparently the repulsor enchant, as it seems. Quick little double kill scooped up for the Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn abusing the fact that the tower is being disabled in a sense of defenses thanks to the cannon minion out of range with the Baron minion buff. And Demolish proc after Demolish proc, we bring it home. Man, if my layout wasn't so bad with aiming ults, playing Gwen would look actually fun. The Conqueror, the squad of Conquerors. Popping the ult to slow down the Mundo. Hitting the Akshan casually. We don't have the capabilities of sticking there, so we have to leave. Interesting usage of the Repulsor. Didn't really achieve much. And now we have Maligma. We got the flank. Nice vision play here coming from the side lane. Oh, well, coming from the brush above. And now people just get... Wow. But the problem, like, you see the problem with Malignants here? Like, I'll show you again. Like, you see Maligma spawning these pools down here? Like, here? They're super small because I think Gwen's ult is coded as, like, multiple instances of damage rather than, like, one large instance. So it will always be, a small zone. Which means the value of the item is a lot lower on Gwen than it could be. Another flank coming in. The enemy is trying to run so badly. The snipe on the Jonathan connects. Bro is slowly bleeding out. Nimbus, I think he had Nimbus, right? And that is the end of the game. If you enjoyed this video, please check out that channel in the description below. And if you like this video, me yapping about it in general, just sharing some insights, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and obviously comment. And we'll see each other for more content very soon. Take care, have a beautiful day, and obviously check out my second channel for daily gameplay uploads. Take care, bye bye.